I'm thinking about Satan's giant punchline. So you got Joe Rogan's little death quiet, and they haven't threatened me at all, by the way. This is all totally not even a real thing. This is just someone concerned about me. And I'm like, what are people scared of these days? They're scared of social ostracism in a little screen world that isn't real. They're scared to be called racist when everyone knows it isn't racist. Even though they have all the food they could eat, even though it's so easy to meet another person and start a family, everyone's right there. There's no gulags, no prisons. Like most of human history is horrifying with a lot of this stuff. So we're so obsessed with things that don't matter at all. And in not that far distance of a future, hundreds of millions of people will starve to death for sure. Satan created the biggest punch on. So it takes a comedian to beat a comedian, right? So, because that's why Satan now has all these people being, and Satan's like, don't ruin the joke. Don't ruin the joke. Come on. And when I'm saying like, oh no, all you have to do is, because there's a way out of this, guys. This is a big opportunity. We don't all have to die. We can flourish. Because me preparing for this, don't be like a bunker guy. There's a weird type of person that's almost looking forward to an apocalypse so that they can be psychotic. You ever notice that? Also, there's people that are like, their whole world is about bunkers and preparing, and that's kind of mentally unhealthy because it could take 50 years. Could be a month. The real value, and this was another thing I saw that was fair, it was eye-opening and heartbreaking. Someone was like, Big Bear, what can I do? I don't even have any money. I'm just a dude. I'm like, and people don't know their value. We live in a world with Planned Parenthood and like everyone being like, the earth can't handle humans. Humans are the most valuable thing in the world. So this is what I've been doing to prepare. Community. Like what I'm saying isn't like platitudes or me being like, of many come one. It's as real as anything. Trust in a community is the most valuable thing you can have, right? We have that here. So I'm like, okay, perfect analogy. If Netflix right now completely shut down, I would not notice because I don't use Netflix. There's people that would be spiraling. Now take that principle and add it to fake material wealth based on a fraud, right? You can survive this. So now I'm like, okay, imagine a world without money. Bear in mind, I am pro money. Capitalism makes brilliant sense with efficiency, all that. Our money is worth nothing. It was completely stolen. Gold-backed money, when it's like, you can get $10 of gold if you have this piece of paper. Capitalism is it makes trade so fluid, it's awesome, right? Our money has no value. That's a tough reality. And there's going to be people in your life being like, oh no, but it's backed by, it's gone. It's gone. So what has value? Humans, trust, love, faith, skills, right? So me and my boy Ryan down the street, we talk about this stuff. We hang out and our families are tight, and we're going to go hunting. Like his wife and my wife both love growing stuff and like cooking. Like she knows everything. My other buddy Phil is an ex-cop who's just like knows how to like fix cars and makes guns. He's funny. And we're all like hanging out. We're like, these aren't threats. That's assets. That's like, okay, you work on this, but I don't know how to do that. Well, we'll figure it out. Love, trust. Human beings are incredibly compassionate. It's just only to the people they know. To the people they don't know, they'll burn you in a lake of fire. Like fact. So if you live in a world with no community, like you don't know your neighbors, that's as vulnerable as you can be for this. Another thing, if you rely on the government or programs, all that stuff to give you fake money to get food that's unhealthy for you and all that, you're already dead. Cities are all going to go like zombie apocalypse style, guys. And here's another hilarious punchline by Satan. They make us feel grateful for this world, right? They're like, you go in a supermarket, you're going to have a kiwi or a pear, or it's like all poison now. You don't think you can grow a diverse amount of food? I'll get to that. They're like, Anomaly, my boy Anomaly is a great dude. He had a really sweet pod yesterday, but like one thing he said, he was like, it's never been better for gay people or trans people. Guys, it's never been worse. If you're gay or trans, to live in a world that celebrates it will escalate that thing in your head that leads to really like an unhealthy, horrifying life. My piano teacher was transgender my whole childhood, and it was taboo, but I, very libertarian, just do it, just kept, you do you, I do me. Larry used to be cool. Like being transgender wasn't even the top 50th most interesting thing about this human being. Brilliant brilliant musician, like out there, wacky, just, whatever. Ever since they've been celebrating trans stuff, like Larry's now bad. Like Larry used to have my back when the trans mob came at me. They're like, Owen doesn't hate trans people. I've known him 30 years. Lately, Larry's like, well, the human spirit is multi-gendered and like children should know that. I'm like, oh God, Larry's now bad. And it was because the whole society didn't serve Larry. And that can happen to me as well, by the way, guys. That's why I need honest feedback. I mean, not what happened to Larry, because I'm not obsessed with myself. I'm not focused on myself. I believe in God, Jesus. I have paths to never be like, oh, we can put on children what I am. Like, no, but the principle's still the same. We have the whole world being like, you're brave, you're great. Like, what you are is so special and awesome. And Larry's like, it is, isn't it? Back when Larry was just a weirdo with that stuff, but other than that, really awesome. Fine. Now that the world's doing this to Larry, poor Larry is awful. Never want to talk to that person ever again. It's like, it ended with me being like, stay the fuck away from kids, Larry. And by the way, Larry's never going to like touch a kid or anything like that. It's like, but never tell a kid that gender doesn't exist or we're all genders. Like, don't fuck with kids' heads. Like, you are not right on this thing. You're an anomaly, like you're a weirdo. And I'll accept that if we all accept that's weird. So we live in a world where we're forced to be grateful for the things that are poisoning us.